What's up? If you don't know me, my name is Adam and I'm a copywriter. If you already know me, welcome, bruv. I'm gonna be breaking down my own sales letter. It's just 2 pages, so it's gonna be a quick video. But I wanna start a series where I break down a ton of copywriting sales letters. So if you have a favorite one, feel free to comment down below and I will break it down for you in a video just like this one. So let's jump straight into it. First of all, we have to look at the headline. And I'm going to do it Kyle Milligan style, the whole sales letter breakdown. So yeah, let's see this. So first of all, the headline, we have a simple checklist for it, and it's called the 4U's. Now, what are these 4U's? The first one is unique, the second one is useful, the third one is ultra specific, and the fourth one is urgent. Now, they are in an order of importance because first of all, it needs to be unique. So let's read the headline. Stupid copywriter figured out a new hack to do outreach reversed and made $65,000 plus fast. Here's how I landed 51 clients with zero social proof testimonials and experience. Now, I would say that this is a very unique headline, in fact, because a stupid copywriter did it, and it's a new hack to do outreach reversed, and it's 65,000 plus, so it's a very specific result. That's why I believe that this is in fact unique. Now, is it useful? Yes, it's useful to get access to an outreach system that makes money, right? Is it ultra specific? It is, right? $65,000, 51 clients, zero social proof. It is very specific, but it's not urgent. Nothing about this is urgent. Maybe the problem itself of trying to figure out a system that helps you make money with cold outreach is a urgent problem for the reader, but the headline doesn't evoke any emotions in regards to it being urgent or not. Now, let's break this headline down a little bit more with the 4-step checklist of Kyle Milligan, which is, of course, new, easy, safe, and big. And let's do the alter egos as well. New is going to be only, I wanted to write unique, and it's new and only, easy and anybody, safe and predictable, and big and fast. So let's read the headline. Stupid copywriter. Okay, so stupid basically means that anyone can do this, right? So anybody. Figured out a new is going to be, of course, new. Hack is going to be easy because it's a hack. Hacks are easy, right? To do outreach reversed and made $65,000 plus fast. So $65,000 plus, it's going to be a big result. And fast is, of course, going to be fast. Here's how I landed 51 clients. I would say that is big, right? That's a big result. Zero social proof testimonials and experience. And that was going to be anybody or easy, right? Because you don't need to have social proof testimonials or experience, so it's very easy to do this. Now, let's look at the lead. Fellow copywriter, take a look at this. And then we have a Stripe dashboard screenshot of 2,250 times 2, 1,700, 2,100, 1,500, and then a $3,000 payment. Now, this is my Stripe dashboard for anyone wondering. So that's why I included it here. And I'm actually going to say that this is proof number 1 that the outreach system works, because this is what people want, right? They want these big 4-figure payments. So that's why I showed it right here. Also from Agora letters, Stansberry research, any financial letter, you're going to find this pattern interrupt right here because a lot of people use it. It's very good. It's very visual, right? Now let's see. Would you be amazed if I told you that the clients that paid me these big amounts reached out to me first? Now, I would say that this is a very good BS section because that's the first thing people think of. Bullshit, that didn't happen. You know, these clients didn't reach out to you first. And the second thing that they think of is that because I have a personal brand, they might think that these clients were inbounds. But that's what I handle in the next sentence. And no, I don't mean that I had to build a personal brand for years, because these weren't inbounds. So this is an objection handling sentence right here. And I would also say that this is easy. I didn't have to build a personal brand for years. Okay? You might think I'm crazy, but I actually figured out a simple hack to do outreach reversed on Instagram. Now, this sentence is going to be easy because it's simple and it's a hack. But I would also say that this right here is actually a bullet point and an open loop. Now let me explain why. It's ultra specific. It's weirdly specific, right? Simple hack to do outreach reversed on Instagram. When someone reads this sentence, they're going to wonder how. How can you do outreach reversed on Instagram, and what is this simple hack? So this kind of acts like a bullet or a fascination and an open loop as well, because I open up a loop, right? Now, this trick is quite frankly the easiest way to land clients by a long shot. This sentence is all about easy. Why? Because all I have to do, again, easy, to land deals effortlessly, again, easy, trigger this weird reverse outreach method, and that's where we have the mechanism, which is going to be blue color. So I'm really driving home the point that this is easy. That's the main emotion that I'm going with right here. And that's because outreach is hard, and I want to give an easy solution to every single copywriter and freelancer out there, right? All I have to do to land deals effortlessly is trigger this weird reverse outreach method, and prospects DM me in just 27 seconds like clockwork. Now, this sentence is triggering fast, right? 27 seconds. Like clockwork is predictable, right? And it's safe. It happens like clockwork in 27 seconds, and that's very specific, which makes it seem much more safer, right? Let's move on. Which means their inbox is open, and they not only see my message, but I can follow up with them as many times as I want. I can be in their primary inbox without them accepting my message. And the cherry on top is that they get a notification on their phone that I sent them a DM. Now, these are all the benefits of having this method, because their inbox is going to be open. They will see your message. You can follow up with them as many times as you want. This sentence, I'm going to underline it because this is a very important message right here, because copywriters know that the money is in the follow-up. So I'm meeting them where they are, which is what you always need to be doing with your copy. And I just put a ton of benefits here. I mean, one of them is enough to make a sale, but I have how many? I have 5, right? 5 benefits is very, very strong. If you want to know how you can use this secret hack, I'll reveal it to you in a second. But first, this is an open loop, or what Clayton Makepeace calls it. It's a bribe, right? I'm bribing you to read along because there's going to be a payout for you. You're going to know this secret hack. And then we move into the discovery story of how I discovered this product. All right? I developed this system because I was tired of outreaching. And before I used this method, I had to send 113 outreaches to get 3 people to see my message. So 110 of those outreaches went to waste. This right here is a reframe. So I actually frame it as a problem. Many people might think that this is a good thing, right? 3 people saw your message out of 113, that's good. But the way that I reframed it, it's 110 of those went to waste. I wasted my time. I wasted hours to send those messages, and they didn't get seen. So I started searching for better ways to land clients. I watched Tyson 4D videos. I watched the social media campus inside the real world. Again, I'm meeting the customer where they are. They probably come from the real world. Or if they're a copywriter, they know about Tyson 4D. And he has a ton of outreach with videos. And basically, what I'm doing here is also shitting on the competition. Because I'm saying that those didn't work, right? But no one told me the real issue with every single outreach method you see online. I'm hinting at the super problem or the big problem, whatever you want to call it. It's basically the root cause of why nothing is working, nothing is helping. And the big problem is that if the prospect doesn't see your message, they can't pay you. Right? That's going to be our super That's our super problem. That's the reason why nothing worked for you, is if they don't see your message, they can't pay you. And that's when I did the math. 110 out of 113 people never saw my message. That was the real problem. And now I knew that I just had to find a way to get my message in front of prospects and I'd be golden. So a way is again hinting at the mechanism, right? A way. Because outreach is just a numbers game. Now that sentence is very important too, because again, I'm meeting the customer where they are. They think that outreach is just a numbers game, but with my method, it's actually not. But people feel like it is, so that's why I put that sentence in there. Like, I know what you're going through. I feel you. I was in the exact same spot, right? So I started searching for solutions when suddenly, out of nowhere, I accidentally triggered the reverse outreach method. And a prospect, Dara, messaged me just 27 seconds after. Yeah, let's underline this with red. So this is what I got, okay? With the mechanism, I triggered the mech and I got a result. Let's underline. You know what? I'm going to underline it with blue because it just makes more sense that way. So when you trigger the mechanism, then why? Okay, so when you trigger the reverse outreach method, then a prospect DMs you in 27 seconds. So that's what I show. That's how I show people how my mechanism works. Fast forward a few days, the transaction came through. So I'm showing, this is going to be proof number 2, $1,000 payment. So from that point on, I started using the reverse outreach method. And now when I do outreach, all of them get seen because prospects get a notification and I'm in their primary folder. That's the big benefit right here. By abusing this hack, I have the ability to take the prospect other copywriters couldn't reach out to and close them, follow up with them a million times, even if their inboxes are blocked, get the prospect to DM me and create hot leads out of thin air effortlessly. Now, all of these bullets are big, right? All of them are pointing at a big result. But my favorite one is actually the first one at the top, because you have to know your customers, and every single copywriter has a big ego. It's a race to the top, right? There's no ceiling of income that a copywriter has. They can make $1 million, $2 million, $3 million a month, right? So if someone gets into this industry, they definitely want to be the best and they definitely have a big ego. So now let's read this sentence again. Take the prospect. Other copywriters couldn't reach and close them. That means you're better than them, right? Your ego. It's an ego play, okay? And I do all the above in just 27 seconds, which is both easy and it's actually fast too. In fact, 90% of the money I made from doing outreach came from abusing this simple outreach trick. This is big and easy at the same time. Funnily enough, Dara, the first prospect I accidentally used the reverse outreach method on, she became the top spender on my Stripe just 3 months later. So Dara paid me $6,000 in total, and that's proof number 3. I made 6,000 from accidentally triggering this weird reverse outreach method. So it seems like it's very easy, right? So how can you start using the reverse outreach method to land clients easily? I'm going to use pink here because this right here is the offer section. This is a very quick letter, right? And I didn't really describe the mechanism because if I did, then people would know how to do it, right? So I don't want to do that. So how can you start using the reverse outreach method to land clients easily? Again, that's easy, right? Well, of course, you have to pay me to get access. The question is how much? I made over $65,000 using this simple trick, and I'm quite certain that you can do the same because, as I said in the headline, I'm a stupid copywriter. I landed over 50 clients with 0 testimonials, and I didn't have any because I sucked. Okay, I'm showing that I'm not actually better than you, right? I'm stupid, so anybody can do this. I got a big result. I landed 50 clients with 0 testimonials, which means that anybody can do this. And I did it without doing outreach for hours. So these are all easy, and it's all thanks to, which is again very easy. So knowing this, I would happily pay someone $650 to get access to this knowledge. So that $650 is now going to be my price anchor. And I think I actually changed this in the letter to 500 because I messed up the math. And if I did, I would have 100x'd my money, which would be an ROI of 10,000%, which is very, very big. Crazy, right? But today you won't have to pay anywhere near that. You won't even have to pay half of that, which would be 320. That's not true. It would be 325. So yeah, I did mess up the math. Not even half of that, which would be 160. Heck, you won't even have to pay me 2 digits. You can get access to the 3-minute video where I show you how to trigger the reverse outreach method in 2 simple steps for just $9.99. So it's a 3-minute video, which means that the mechanism itself and triggering it is very easy to do, and it can be done in just 2 simple steps. So again, it's very, very easy. Just scroll down and finish your checkout to get instant access. Okay, and we have the order form down here. Now we have some bullets right here, and we have this 5 stars, 26 verified customers. So it's a safe purchase because 26 people gave it 5 stars, and that's actually true. So everybody likes it. The only method, so only is going to be new, that lets you message prospects unlimited times. Unlimited times is a very big result, explained in a 3-minute video. The 3-minute video is going to be easy. The unlimited times is big, and the only is going to be new. I just can't write it there because it's too small, right? The first step of the outreach system that landed me over 65 grand in copywriting deals, the ability to reach out to prospects other copywriters couldn't reach and close them, easily follow up with leads a million times even if their inboxes are blocked, make the prospect DM you, and create hot leads out of thin air effortlessly. Now, I would say all of these are just a big result, and some of them are easy as well, right? Easily follow up with leads. And the first step of the outreach system that landed me over 55K in copywriting deals, that is also going to be a big result. So this was the letter. I hope you liked this video. I think I did pretty well with this. I mean, it's a little short. I could go into explaining the mechanism a little bit more and showing more proof, but this is a warm letter, okay? People who are subscribed to my newsletter, they are the only people that can get access to this. But if you want to check out this sales letter, if you want to grab the reverse outreach method, it's going to be in the first link of the description. If you want to subscribe to my newsletter, that's going to be the second link in the description. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know in a few sales letters that you'd want me to break down, and I would happily do it just like this one. Thank you for watching.